Welcome to CMA TV. We're here in Stamford at CMA Shipping, the largest trade show in North America for the shipping industry. My name's Roxy and I'm joined here today by Guy Platten, the Secretary General for the International Chamber of Shipping. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for asking me.
So I was wondering, how confident do you think maritime stakeholders are with regard to the 2020 compliance and enforcement coming up?
I think there's still a great deal of uncertainty moving forward. We're only, 9 months away from the 2020 Southern Cup coming into force, and I think it depends which sector you talk to as to how much preparations they've done in terms of the competence of their supply chain in getting the compliant fuel. So I think there's still some questions to be asked, still some work to be done around this, and we're working very hard to ensure that shipping companies have the right guidelines, the right advice, and we're working through IMO to make sure that happens.
And what key factors do you feel are affecting the maritime industry at the moment?
I think ship owners are being assailed on a number of different fronts, really. Obviously the 2020 is the most immediate pressing issue. There's safety and availability and quality issues which has to be addressed, but that will hopefully by the middle of next year work its way out and we can move forward. I think the next thing coming down the tracks is greenhouse gas reduction. The industry signed up to a very ambitious strategy last year, our Paris Agreement for shipping, if you like, where we've undertaken to reduce our greenhouse gases by 50% by 2050, and that's a heck of a challenge. So we need to put in place short-term measures, a number of short-term measures now, but also that long-term, absolutely massive change of the industry. And then on top of that, you've got digitisation, you've got human sort of resource issues and seafarers' skill sets and numerous different things to sort of to look at, and then other environmental things like biofouling and noise are coming down the tracks as well. So the ship owners got so many different competing challenges to look at.
And as a leading association, you get to hear the views of ship owners from around the world and their associations. I was wondering if you've had any feedback regarding regulations which are coming to the forefront.
I think we liaise and consult with the members on a regular basis, and I think, as I've just said in my previous, there's so many different things we're involved with. And on top of that, as maritime security, there's piracy, still an ongoing issue for our industry. So it's all we can do is provide the right advice, the right expertise, and also effectively lobby at on the international stage, at the International Maritime Organisation and the International Labour Organisation, to ensure the ship owners' views are heard and that we can take a pragmatic and realistic view of regulation and make sure it's doable and workable.
And do you think sustainability and green benefits are going to be a deciding factor with creditors?
I don't think that is the case at the moment, but you could see that increasingly happen perhaps in the future years as there's societal pressure to look after the environment as it grows ever louder.
And do you think there are any major financial obstacles for ship owners in securing finance for new systems they need for compliance?
I think, I'm not an expert on finance and I wouldn't pretend to be, but I think it depends on the relationship the ship owner has already with their financiers and how that's to be moved forward and what's the return on the investment. It's a fragile industry in terms of that, and finance can sometimes be hard to get hold of. But that's something that, it's difficult for me to give a clear, detailed answer on that.
Okay, no problem. But thank you so much for joining us today and for giving us your views. Thank you for watching CMA TV.